Good evening. Welcome to the Bedminster Township Committee. This is our regularly scheduled July 6, 2026 meeting. We're kind of in full attendance by the Bedminster Township Committee. Here in person, Committeewoman Fernandez, Committeewoman Mareski, Committeeman Hickey, and attending remote by Zoom. Still down on the disabled list, Committeeman Bill Rosen. Ms. Ray, may we please have the Open Public Meetings Act statement?
Yes, Mayor. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Township Committee was sent to the Courier News Somerville, Bernardsville News Whippany, and to all subscribers, and posted on the Township of Bedminster's official website at www.bedminsternj.gov and at the Township Municipal Building on January 6, 2026.
Great, thank you. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is the time of the meeting that we open up the microphone and Zoom session for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make a statement, ask a question, now's your opportunity to do so. As we've been saying, you are not entitled to a discourse or dialogue with the Township Committee unless any member of the committee chooses to engage. You're not guaranteed of getting an answer, and you're certainly not guaranteed of getting an answer you're going to like. Come on up. Come up to the microphone. Name and street. We don't need your full address.
Good evening, guys. My name is
I like your tie. Thank you very much.
Thank you
I
very much.
want to make sure the camera, just turn around real briefly so the cameras see the American. No, that's not the camera.
Turn all the way around.
There you go. There we go. Your American flag.
Thank you. So tell you what, before I get started, first I want to give a shout out to our guys from the Department of Public Works. We on our street, we had a big, huge issue with
Name and street.
Excuse me?
Name and street.
Oh, I'm sorry. Steve Versavi and Autumn Ridge Road.
Thank you, Ms. Versavi.
So we had a massive problem with this lighting system in our neighborhood, and the guys came out. Took a little while, but they did a very professional job and had a great attitude. So, and they did it in like some really nasty hot weather. So, and again, as usual, they did a fantastic job. So I want to just make sure everybody knows, you know, when you do a good job, you need to be recognized. All right. So, tell you what, last time I was here, I spoke about the New Jersey Farmland Assessment Act, and actually spoke with our friend Jack Curtis. And I think, Mayor, you said you know Jack, maybe from a previous life or something, but he basically wanted me to bring this along to basically see if, just to drop it off. It's a letter he sent, and he's part of the Farmland Oversight Committee now, and he's collecting data. He doesn't need people's names or anything like that. He just wants to understand what the balance is between people in certain towns that have farmland assessment, tax schedules or whatever, and ones that don't. So I'll leave this with you guys. But the reason I'm here is this, and the more I think about it is this, the information about, you know, how many wealthy people in Bedminster benefit from the New Jersey Farmland Assessment Act is going to come out. It's probably going to come out sooner than a lot of people would like it to. So I think it behooves Bedminster to get ahead of this. And I think the town should implement some changes to the way we work with and promote the farmland assessment benefit. So I got 4 ideas that I'd like to just go over and just leave them with you guys. But for starters, this morning I went to the tax assessor's page on our township's website. And underneath Jack Kerwin or Ed Kerwin's name, there's 3 items that you can click on. One is the mission statement of the tax assessor's office. 2 is the taxpayer's bill of right, and 3 is a PDF for how to fill out the farmland assessment application. But the number one item right underneath Ed's name is the PDF to fill out the farmland assessment. And so it's like, we're advertising to people, this is our priority. Come to Bedminster so our middle class can pay for your real estate taxes. So my recommendation is take that item, either move it to the very bottom, because I think the mission statement and the Bill of Rights for the residents is a bit more important, and or just take it off of there altogether, put a miscellaneous or other category with other things I think that are important, and put it there. So we basically kind of send a message out that we're not proposing everybody sign up for it, because not for nothing, I was in a meeting earlier this year, and the person I just met said, oh yeah, I'm signing up for that. He goes, I'd be crazy not to. It was as if, of course I'm going to sign. There's no downside to it. I'm just going to take advantage of the situation. Okay, so that's number one. Also, I think on that website or on that tax assessor's page, there should be a message stating that going forward, all applications for the farmland assessment preferential tax treatment will be thoroughly investigated and scrutinized to ensure properties are actively devoted to farming, agriculture, or horticultural use, and will be subject to denial and in some cases increased fines for misrepresenting information on their application. So all this information I just read off that I'm asking put on the site, it's all in the Farmland Assessment Act. So it's not like we're making this up special for Bedminster. No, this is stuff, if anybody wants to read that act, God forbid, that's all there. Okay. So we're giving people a heads up to basically say, are you sure you want to do this? Have you really thought this through? Are you trying to cheat a little bit or not? Okay, so that's that piece. And I think would be appropriate for number three, for all new farmland assessment applicants to get a phone call from the town's tax assessor, enlightening them about the new and improved compliance investigations that the town is implementing, and also explain the new higher fines. This gives the folks an idea that there's a new sheriff in town. The way it might have been way back when is not the way it's going to be going forward. We have over 330 farmers in Bedminster, if you can believe that. We don't need any more. Okay. So also just, this is from Jack Curtis. He said, I've talked to a lot of tax assessors in other towns, and he said, the tax assessors tell me that the people that sign up for the Farmland Assessment Act, they fall into three categories. One, they're the outright fraudsters, cheaters. They're the people that are the semi-cheaters, and then there are the real farmers. He set up in Mendham, he goes, the tax assessor said there's actually 4 people that are real farmers, and they have 158 farmers there. So what I think we want to do is this. It's a tough one. So every 3 years, people have to have their property assessed, and basically an investigation is done of some sort. I don't know what it is, but this year we have over 330 farmers. There's going to be 110 investigations done. What I think we ought to do is this: ask Ed Kerwin, our tax assessor, to sharpen his pencil and deny at least 10 of these applicants for good cause. Now, I can't imagine that's going to be really that tough a job, a difficult task. So, maybe we start with a couple of billionaires that are low risk and work up or down from there. But I think the point is that we want to put a stake in the ground and deliver that message that we're standing up for the mass middle class residents that we have living in Bedminster. And, you're on notice. You could be denied. You could be fined. Okay. Now, I've said this before, and if there's going to be one town that's going to be able to pull this off and step over the line and say, guess what, we're going to make some serious changes. Unfortunately for you guys, it's Bedminster. And the reason is this, and I know it sounds like just blowing smoke, but not for nothing, a couple of years ago when the folks got a little spirited that were hanging outside of the Bedminster Library, you guys shut them down real quick. There was no. And I realized, being that there was another person that lived just down the road on Lamington Road, could have made a real big stink about this, but you guys didn't care. It was what was right, and you guys did the right thing. So That, the other thing is this, and this is really important, and people kind of forget about this. The town is really well run. Okay, you guys do a fantastic job for the residents. And I think it's low risk in that people know what kind of great job you guys do. And I don't think and that's why people vote for you. Okay. And Robin, I know the department that you run from the meetings I've been at, you do a ton of work and a lot of stuff gets done and from the last meeting, I think I was here 60 days ago, there are just a lot of towns that are just so poorly run. It's not even funny, And so I think for those reasons, that's why this is the right time to do it. And the other thing that I learned the last time I was here, we have a 10-acre minimum to build on. So the idea that would be open to sprawl or something like that, that's kind of minimized if you're going to do a 10-acre, minimum on property. So that's what I have for today. I appreciate you guys giving me the chance to talk.
Thank you, Mr. Rasabin.
Thank you.
We are still in public comment. Any other comments, questions? Robin, anything from the Zoom session?
I'm not seeing any hands raised, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Thank you again, Ms. Rasavi, and thank you for wearing your American flag tie. Very patriotic and very timely. We have one set of meeting minutes to review and approve. That's the June 15th the Township Committee regular meeting. Any comments or questions about the meeting minutes that have not otherwise been provided to Ms. Ray? Seeing none, take motion to approve the June 15, 2026 minutes.
So moved. Oops.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, permits and raffles, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on for tonight. We're going to take, we're gonna hold the one for Oxbow.
Now I take off.
We'll treat that separately. Let's go through. First is the social fair permit to benefit the Sumis Family Foundation, Inc. on August 31, 2026 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Fiddler's Elbow Country Club. Let's just take that by itself. Any questions or comments regarding the social fair permit to benefit the Sumis Family Foundation? Nope. Take motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Then next is a fireworks permit for a display scheduled for July 18, 2026 at approximately 9:30 p.m. at Trump National. Mr. Totten, do you want to come up and give just a summary of the display? 9:30, what the duration is.
Good evening.
Good evening, and your name and title, please.
I'm sorry, Rob Totten, Director Security, Trump National Golf Club Bedminster.
Thank you, Mr. Totten. So this is a regular display going off at, 9:30. What's the duration?
Between 9 and 11 minutes.
9/11. And in our application, it's been reviewed and signed off by fire and police.
We have Chief Bernardo on the line, but I do have
Okay.
Mario Abruzzi's, our fire officials, report that everything in the packet is approved.
Okay. Any questions, comments for Mr. Totten about the display?
Just same question as always. Neighbors have been notified.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
Fire law firm. They sent out letters.
Yeah. Perfect.
and if there's no further questions or comments, take a motion to approve the fireworks permit for July 18 at Trump National.
So moved. Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill.
And then we'll go to D, the special use permit for Fiddler's Elbow Country Club. to
Thank
renew-
you.
Thanks, Rob.
Sir.
Thank you, Rob. To renew an existing special use permit for the continued use of a temporary office trailer on the property through 2027. Any comments or questions regarding the use of a temporary office trailer at Fiddler's Elbow?
Do we know when in 2027?
We usually run it through the year, through the end of the year.
In January. Or through the end
December
of,
31st of 2027.
very good.
Okay, if there's no further questions or comments, take a motion to approve the special use permit for the temporary office trailer.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Okay, then next is special use permit for Oxbow Club to permit the Women's Association of Morristown Medical Center to conduct the Mansion in May tour event during May 2027. So for those who don't know, the formerly known Lana Lobel property was purchased and is now owned by the Oxbow Club, which if you drove by, you might see a few acres of corn being planted there. So it's good to see that there's some agricultural activity out there. And what's perhaps more interesting is the plans to renovate the manor house and actually put it into productive use. That may be down the road, but what I think is interesting and I think is a benefit for Bedminster is that the manor house is slated to be featured for Mansion in May. I think it's been a long time since Mansion in May has been in Bedminster. So this is kind of exciting. And I believe we have a representative from Oxbow Club here to present the application.
I do. I'm Ken Donovan from Fiddler's Elbow. It's the same family that owns Oxbow Farm. I have a handout. Ron's going to be putting it up on screen. Would the handout be helpful to you?
Sure.
Sure, that'd be great. Maybe like a nice piece of paper.
Ron, you should be able to share.
Okay, I'm old.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Are you able to? Thank you so much. That's great. Thank you.
So our family acquired the former Lana Lobel about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, at an auction. If you're not familiar with the property, it had been pretty much abandoned for 20 years. The Land Use Board of Bedminster will be seeing an application in the next month or so for what we want to do there, which is kind of laid out on what I just handed to you. Soon after our acquisition, we were contacted by Morristown Memorial Hospital asking if we'd be interested in hosting Mansion in May for 2027. Mansion in May is their largest fundraiser outside of a capital campaign that they do. They raise about $2 million for each mansion, and it's specific to a project that they want, not a parking deck. It's something medically driven. So it's been nurses education. The last one was a proton therapy for men's health. I'm still waiting to hear what this year's is, but it will be something specific. The property is terrific for Mansion in May. First, it's in Bedminster, and second, it will be ultimately, with the approval of the Land Use Board, a commercial property. So there's nobody living in it. It makes it very easy for the Mansion in May to operate. You don't have to work around people who are actually in bedrooms and in kitchens. It is slated for next May, the 27th. The way it works with Mansion in May, they lease the property from us for $1. That starts January 1st, 2027. Designers bid on, which is the way they describe it, which is not very accurate, different rooms. There are about 42 designers who come in to design rooms or landscaping around the property. They need all of that time leading up to May to get that done. Mansion in May makes its money because they sell tickets to many people. They estimate 25,000 people show up for the month. They have some private functions beforehand, which they also charge for. They can make more money. The event itself starts May 1st, ends at the end of May, and then they have about a month. So the lease goes to the end of June with us, where they have to take out what is not going to stay behind from these designs. Sometimes instead of they might have a room that they've designed that we don't want at the end, that we don't want to buy, or maybe they haven't been able to sell to one of the 25,000 people that have come through for the month, and they need to then take it away. So they need that much time to kind of break down at the end of the mansion in May, so about 30 days. After that time, based on an approval from the land use board, we plan on continuing our construction. So we need to provide Mansion in May with taped and spackled walls, basically, with the utilities behind it before January start, before they start their lease in January. It doesn't need, it needs electricity, it doesn't need plumbing. They use porta-johns, the nice porta-johns. After Mansion in May is gone, we will continue with our construction and make it into what's proposed is an 8-room bed and breakfast. There is also there's an existing horse barn on the property. If you're not familiar with it, it's about a 22,000 square foot horse barn. We're going to drop that, raise that. Because Mother Nature is going to get to it before we do. If we don't, it's in really, really rough shape. There were 3, for reference sake, roughly the same size. The other 2, Mother Nature took care of. We're going to be building a second event space there. Again, subject to the approval. What we're asking in the special use permit is to be able to build a barn, subject to the same building regulations that we would otherwise have to apply for, to have that barn ready for the mansion in May so that they can go there at the end of their tour, box lunch, they put in their bids, the attendees put in their bids for a project, for the couch or the whatever they see that they like in these rooms. If you refer to the map here, it may make a little bit more sense, at least I hope. The blue lines would show the routing, the logistics. So the rightmost or the northernmost driveway would be the entrance. That's the driveway that goes to the manor house. The orange dot that is at the top of that driveway is the drop-off point for people entering. And I should have said beforehand, no parking on site for the guests. They're going to park at Raritan Valley College and be bussed in. So they come in the main driveway, drop at the first dot. The bus will then continue across the property and then out the leftmost driveway. It'll stop where the second dot is, which is where we have the proposed new barn. If people decide they don't want to stop for lunch or to buy anything, they can stay on the bus and go back to Raritan Valley, but it gives them an opportunity to relax afterward. I think that's it on Mansion in May, unless I'm forgetting something on. The rest of the property, apropos of comments before, is actually the easement for it is owned by the county agriculture board. So we're not applying for any kind of agricultural tax abatement. We don't own it. So we have nothing to apply for. We own the land, but we don't own any rights to it except for agriculture, which is what we plan between the native wildflower areas. We have what we call Chickenville. It's probably the fowl grazing area, bulk crops, live petting, kind of a petting zoo. I call it the cute animals, and then a sheep pasture. So it will be very much ag, trying to bring it back to the way it was, except no horses. So we're asking for
Okay. Great. So, January 1 is the turnover to Morristown Medical, to the Women's Association. And at that point, the Manor House will be ready for the designers to implement. So they will be, so you have work going on at the property at the Manor House now. And hopefully during that time, the event barn is also, well, certainly by May 2027, in shape to house the concessions, whether it's as you said, the box lunch or purchasing any of the designer items inside the barn.
Correct.
Turn to Township Committee. I mean, I did not know much about mansions in May. I've seen it advertised for years. Burnsville News has always reported on it. So I certainly was aware of it. Didn't know that it was 25,000 people. I think that's remarkable. Have you been?
No, but I know a lot of people who have.
Yeah.
It's always a good event for them.
Or you ask around, I didn't realize the enormity of the crowds and the orchestration to put it all together. It's really sounds like the Women's Association at the hospital has this down pat. I think this is tremendous for Bedminster. And as someone who worked for about 2 years getting the farmland preservation easements in place, its property, it's great to see it being returned to an agricultural farmland use, especially in conjunction with what will be commercial venture. So
Tremendous
I'm looking forward to this. But certainly, you know, it's an application. So let's hear questions, comments from the Township Committee.
You want to go?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for the thorough explanation. Because I was unaware how much the May also worked, so that was really great. I just want to clarify that this special use permit is to tear down the barn, right? And build a new carriage house or barn space, right? That's what this permit is for. And the permit is May to, design the house. It is not for, anything additional. Is that correct?
It's, if I'm understanding the question,
Yeah.
it's not for building permits,
It's not,
if that's what.
Yes, that's-
We will be making another application or making an application for
Okay.
that following.
it's just for the
normal-
mansions in May to be able to do this. Okay.
It's
Yeah,
mansion-
I just wanted to clarify
Yeah,
that.
Mansion,
Yeah.
mansion and May's use and the ability to build the barn, not the, how do you describe this? Not the building permit for the barn, but the fact that we would be building a barn without plumbing in it, because
Right.
ultimately there will be plumbing in it. It's going to be a barn with electricity.
Right. I was just clarifying that.
So
Yep. Otherwise, it looks great.
right, so that in no way do our temporary use permits subvert the jurisdiction of the zoning
Building.
board or the planning board, but rather since this is a large scale event that's not necessarily consistent with zoning, just as we do with other large scale events, they come in through temporary use permits. So this actually permits the mansions in May event itself.
Use the property.
And it allows them to use the property to bring people in, sell them food. And certainly the structures that are there and that will be built, subject to the approval of the planning board,
Mhm.
allows them to put into use for the mansions in May event.
Great. Well, then that's great. That sounds great.
So how much rehab do you have to do on the house that's going to be the mansion in May? Because I thought a lot of those houses weren't kept up very well. Because a year isn't a lot of time.
Yeah, and what we're now calling Oxbow would fall into that category.
Mm.
There has been demo done. We have to put Humpty Dumpty back together again, which is basically what's behind the walls. So electricity, plumbing, and sprinkler, and then drywall. The advantage is no decorating. From our perspective, the advantage is we don't have to do any decorating. So it's hanging drywall, taped, spackled, and then the designers come in and they do their thing.
The outside of the house is fine,
It's
pretty much.
it's actually kind of remarkable. The moldings on the inside are from, the house is 100 years old this year. It's original and it's in terrific shape. The bricks on the outside, when Williamsburg, Virginia was built, the Living Museum, the Rockefeller family put up the money to build out Williamsburg, and apparently they had a brick factory. And it's the same brick factory that provided the bricks for this house. So there's hardly any pointing needed, hardly any spalling of the bricks. It's in incredible shape for something that had been abandoned basically for 20 years.
Great.
So for us, it's not quite just cosmetic, but it's minor construction.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah, so it's going to be a nice project.
That's all I got.
This is a tremendous opportunity to showcase a signature property, maybe the signature property in Bedminster. I mean, long before I ever lived in Bedminster, I knew what Lana LaBelle was. You saw that white fence, you knew that property. It was spectacular. As the mayor mentioned, it's been sad to see it go into decay for the past 20 years, right? The barn's falling in and everything. What an opportunity now to build the property back up to what it was
Thanks.
and to showcase Bedminster. So very supportive. Thank you.
So one of the, and really following up on Renee's questions and comments is that unlike a lot of other special use permits that we get involved in, there is some work that needs to be done on the structures to accommodate the mansions made, to accommodate the crowd, to deal with the parking. And to that extent, I think we need to really have both our engineer and our construction official engaged on a lot of these elements. So my recommendation is that build in two conditions. One is that we establish an escrow for the professional fees and staff. We'll leave that to Paul Ferrero to work out directly, Ken, with you or with Ron, and also to have. And I'm going to propose perhaps monthly meetings between your crew and Paul and Vinny, so that we keep each other honest, knowing that January 1, 2027 turnover and make sure everything is in place. And I know how busy our construction office is. To some extent, it keeps both of us honest and keeps us focused on hitting that deadline for you and for the Women's Association.
And to the extent it's helpful, my wife and I have been doing charity work for a lot of years, like many of you, and you know what it's like, and you get into the committees and committees operate, the horse and the camel analogy, right? I have never seen an organization like Mansion in May. The committees, the subcommittees, the subcommittees, and they want to be able to engage with the township, whether it's safety, whether it's logistics. They want to have an open dialogue. So if it's okay, not necessarily in a formal setting, but just a phone call. I have a meeting with them tomorrow, and they want to be engaged in the process. It's not just the volunteer group. They represent the hospital. So the security comes from the hospital, the legal comes from the hospital. I mean, it's a real life thing. And we're lucky. I mean, this is a really great opportunity. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
Great. So with that, with the two conditions, I put out an escrow to be established by Paul Ferrero for the township professionals and staff, and for scheduling. Do you think monthly meetings is good, or do you want more than that? And certainly the mentions in May, the Women's Association would be certainly great to have that.
They can tag along. I think they just want to make sure that they have something on January 1st. So to the extent that it's getting done, it's getting done.
So you're in charge of getting everything ready. They're in charge of fitting out the property itself.
Correct.
Okay.
And a lot of what they have to fit out, they're not going to do the kitchen, for example. That would take a lot of time. Ours is a commercial kitchen. They don't have any interest in that. And the landscaping happens in the spring. So there's a sequence to what they do. I would prefer maybe more than once a month,
Okay.
like every couple of weeks, if that's okay.
Okay. Look, twice a month.
Well, we're doing live twice a month.
There you go. So we already have a platform in place. We'll take live.
Matt Willigan got to you quickly. Okay.
Okay, so twice monthly meetings, ask for it to be established by Paul. Take a motion to approve the special temporary use permit for Oxbow.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Ken.
you.
You're out in time to
Go USA.
go USA, or you could stay here and watch the rest of the
Go
meeting.
USA.
Well done.
Smart choice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ron, you didn't get a chance to talk. What's wrong?
About that.
One, real quick. Oh, Ken. Has Mansions in May formally announced Oxbow Lana Lobel as the Mansions May for 2027?
We didn't want to get ahead of the committee. So Oxbow has a press release in the can. Mansion in May has their press release in the can, and that's part of the reason we're meeting tomorrow.
Okay, do you want to tell Pat Robinson that it's secret and that she shouldn't tell him?
You can, unless you plan on doing it tonight, you'll see it go out tomorrow. If you have a card, I'll make sure you get the press release. Or if I have a card, that would be a bad thing, right?
It was said at a public meeting, and so, I'm gonna scoop it tonight.
Okay, but the release itself, if you send me your email, I'll make sure that you get the release. All right?
There you go.
Anything else?
We got it. We got our scoop.
Yeah, cool.
Okay,
See you.
thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because if you're sitting, you never be talking to her.
But in terms of what they want to say, I'll say the other. They said that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Monthly report discussions by subcommittee chair. We'll start with Committeeman Rosen.
You're muted, Bill.
How about now?
Perfect.
Okay, on the rec side, Camp Bedminster opened last week and everything is going well. Fall Fest preparations are commencing shortly, which it has a date of October 10th. And on the fire department side, Jason and his crew had quite a night last Thursday night, 7 calls. One of them was a 2-vehicle fire in Timberbrook, which they quickly brought under control, which could have spread to become a structure fire. And then they also had an incident on the roof at the Pluckerman Inn on Friday night that again brought that under control very quickly. And all of this happening in the hottest temperatures in decades. So kudos to Jason and his crew for being out there and doing their always amazing job.
Okay, thank you. Committeewoman Fernandez.
Thank you, Mayor. So DPW has been working on the setup and breakdown of the 250th event that took place. They also were working on the storm cleanup, which looks like a war zone in certain parts of town. Mine Street is one of them. And, just working on cleaning up the roads, grooming the ball fields, cutting the grass, grading the dirt roads, the lighting up in Autumn Ridge, which one of our neighbors mentioned, and thank them for lining the soccer fields and working on the police cars and the DPW equipment. That's
Okay.
all.
Thank you. Committeewoman Mareski.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. I want to do a quick shout out to the EC, the Environmental Commission, who did their second styrofoam recycling event on the 27th. I want to first start by thanking Jason and his crew at DPW, especially Ramon, who spent the day packing up styrofoam and helping guide cars. And want to thank Commissioner Whit Parker, who picked up the stuff on Monday and drove it down to the site in Middlesex County. And then Commissioners Deb Tagliari, Bart Bauman, and Sue Wagner, they showed up with Dawn March to actually take out the styrofoam out of everybody's cars, put it into clear plastic bags, and load it into the garage for the time being. But it's a very special shout out to Liz and Stephen first, who unfortunately couldn't stay at the event. They had someplace they had to be, but they came over early in the morning before I left for the farmer's market, and they took everybody's Dunkin' Donut order and got them coffee and donuts and everything. So their support was so totally appreciated. They had, I want to say, 21 bags of styrofoam that they got this time. And several people had said, you keep doing this, we'll keep bringing you more styrofoam. So EC's going to start to work with maybe other local towns and DPW to get this on a more regular basis, because the 2 times we've done it so far have just been fantastic and people have been so excited to have it. So we'll get everybody together and see what we can do. Let's see.
I'll just say it again. I know I said this the first time after they ran the styrofoam recycling. I was a doubter. I did not believe that you would get the participation that you got the first time. And I was a doubter the second time, thinking, okay, they did it once. They got 27.
Keep doubting. It'll get
22,
great.
27 bags. And when I saw the pictures from Dawn about the amount of folks that showed up and the amount of styrofoam that was collected, just as you said, kudos and congratulations to them. And special thanks to Liz first, because I think that was really her push for it. But
She did the majority of the research.
But the
and
EP jumped
they don't
on
have-
board and just great.
Yep.
Great
it
to
was-
see the styrofoam recycled rather than clogging up our landfills.
Exactly.
Well done.
Exactly. So I just have a little bit to add about the JVH event on Saturday, because I was only there for a little bit. I walked with Erin and the horse, bringing the Declaration of Independence down River Road.
That was Molly.
Oh, Molly, sorry.
No. Well, it was Erin. Was
Erin was riding, Molly
Molly
a little bit
Pitcher was
left.
identified as Molly Pitcher.
Oh.
Character.
So we walked down River Road, with the horse and brought it down. And that seemed well received, with Erin riding up and carrying the declaration, but we had to turn around and bring the horse back.
hot,
So
hot.
it was a very warm day.
Yes.
But it looked like it was well attended, but I will leave it to you and Robin and Colin to fill in the extra pieces. Farmer's market in the morning seemed not as well attended because it was so beastly hot. But it's always a good event over there every morning anyway. So. And then-
Thank you. Committeeman Hickey.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. Just a quick update, Board of Ed. I attended the Bedminster Township School 8th grade graduation a few weeks ago.
Woo-hoo.
It was a small graduating class, but they had a ton of enthusiasm. It's just great to see the kids that come out of that little school. They're just an exceptional group of students each and every year. It was fun to watch them graduate and get ready for high school. So just wanted to recognize them all. So congratulations. That's all I have.
Okay, great. Real quick, well, we do have a land use board presentation. Well, actually, we have a full hearing. There's 2 applications up. One is the signage associated with the approved KRE project. And then the second is actually expansion of the pool facilities for Fiddler's Elbow. That's on this Thursday. Farmers Market. So from the last 2 weekends, which I believe would bring us from our last TC meeting. So this, turning to Colin, who was our designated clicker. This Saturday is the 100-degree day. We had 1197.
Yep.
Wow.
1197.
Yeah.
So you thought that it was a little bit lighter than our prior weeks
Yep.
this year. But that's mainly because our prior weeks have been crazy with the amount of people coming through. But for 1197, I would say a vast majority of them showed up between 8:30 and about 9:30 in the morning.
They were hard.
During another time, 1197 would have been an amazing number.
Yes.
Easy number, but it's crazy how that's happened.
Every
Um,
year.
And people were actually took advantage, not that it was cool at 9 o'clock or 9:30 in the morning, but it certainly was cooler than 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And I'm going to leave it to Robin to talk a little bit about the America 250 event, but I just want to give a special shout out to Robin Ray and to Jason. So Friday night, as the storm was coming through, Robin sends a text, tents are destroyed, tents are down. I'm driving down to 87 from Morristown. I come off the ramp, avoid a tree that had fallen down, swing by, and sure enough, all the tents are down. And most of them have trees or parts of trees sitting on top of it. We're having an email or text exchange that evening about what we're going to do, what's going to happen. I think the line we used was the show must go on. So, we're not canceling the 250 celebration. Out there that morning, getting ready for the farmer's market, I swing on by and there Jason is hard at work. Jason Randolph was hard at work. That was 7:30. I know Jason was already out there when the storm hit.
Oof, all night.
Celebrating his anniversary. That's the dedication we have from our DPW director. He was out there that night. He was out there the following morning. Tents were destroyed. Go back to the farmer's market and start migrating over to the JVH for the celebration. And by noon, all the tents were back up and fully functioning as if nothing ever happened. The tents were ripped. The legs were bent. They were gone. Jason, I'm still not sure how you put them all back together. But it was remarkable. And on behalf of Bedminster Township and for all who participated and enjoyed the event, thank you for everything that you did that day. Tremendous, fantastic. And to the rest of the DPW team for for rescuing the event. So thank you guys. The event itself was fantastic. Just from the organization, and I said thank you to Robin. Also want to give a special shout out to JVH Chair Derek Anderson, to let's see who else, to Wendy Hickey, to former Mayor Steve Parker, who were both on the committee, to Julie Sueta, Jill from PPAC Gladstone, who arranged for the Pops Orchestra, which was great. They were great.
They were awesome.
They were great. Norm Penny, the vice chair of JVH, I was talking to Norm, said they had never had so many new people go through the Jacobus Vanderveer house. They were doing tours on the half hour, constant traffic through there. He at one point turned to one of the crowds and said, who's been here before? Only one person raised their hand. and the room
Wow.
was packed.
That's great.
So people had never been there. They either were aware of it or had never gone or weren't aware of it. And that was their first time. You know, Colin and I were, and also thank you, Colin, who sort of emceed the event. And, you know, by my estimation, I think there are about over 200.
Between 200 and
folks.
300?
Yeah.
We had 360 something go through the house tour just alone.
Okay, so, okay, so I'm wrong.
You're off.
So it's,
You didn't bring your clicker.
so it's by, you know, maybe in the 400s.
I think we were close to about 500 in total. If you look at the day, people coming in and out. Wow.
That is,
That's
fantastic.
fabulous.
Mhm.
so that was great. The food, you guys, the JVH team was out there grilling hamburgers and hot dogs and beer and wine and iced tea and water and cider. So the beer was, I believe, donated by DH, by Delicious Heights, and the cider donated from Burnt Mill. So we thank them for their participation.
Yeah,
and
they did a
support of the event.
sponsorship, DH, a financial sponsorship, just to be clear.
And for those who were on the emails leading up to the event, there's a lot of stress. A lot of stress by the organizers, but it came off, and in the 100-degree heat to get 500 people out there,
That is amazing.
tremendous.
And the
Tremendous.
day after storm, when
Yeah.
Yeah.
trees
Yep.
fallen
And people had no power.
Yep.
people had no power. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Colin, you had him at free ice cream.
That's true.
Oh, and Robin arranged for the free ice cream, so that was
Nice.
that was
It was very
terrific.
popular, yes.
Popular with everybody
Yeah.
of all ages.
Oh,
So just a, you know, once again, a terrific event, and, you know, well organized and well run.
Yeah.
And a lot of organization we owe to Rob Moret.
Absolutely.
So it was great to see everyone between Bedminster and Peapack Gladstone pull this off. And someone mentioned to me, like, this is a great first year event. I can't wait till you guys do it again next year.
next year.
The 251st anniversary.
I'm looking at Jason to see what sort of reaction I get.
He's running out the door.
He's going away on his anniversary next year.
Oh, go
Uh,
far.
So that's what I
The
mean, I
anniversary
really,
of
it's a little,
divorce.
little bit of a deviation from our subcommittee report, but I wanted to, you know, make special mention of that. And with that, Robin will turn to the administrator's report.
Yes, Mayor. So just a couple updates on grants. Derek and I both assisted the Far Hills Bedminster Fire Department and Pottersville Fire to apply for the Assistance for Firefighters grant. We worked on the narratives and the financials for them, so that was submitted. Fingers crossed. I also submitted an application to Somerset County Cultural and Heritage Commission for an emergency grant for the JVH roof, and we were awarded that $50,000. It's on the agenda tonight for consideration. Well, actually, it's a contract. And then we had a Somerset Hills Public Safety meeting back on June 18th. We had a pre-con meeting for Autumn Ridge, Gatehouse, Drummers Log, and Kestrel paving. That was back on July 1st, with construction expected to start the third week in July. And also, at the end of June, Elliot, myself, and Neil met with our new website provider, Aptigee, to start the ball rolling for a new website, new design, new look. We have a follow-up meeting tomorrow. It's probably 8 to 10 weeks for the total rollout and migration of all of our information. And then we had the
Real
cooling
quick
center.
on that, do we have a liaison from Township Committee on the rollout of the website? We do. Colin? Okay.
You silly.
Colin, yeah. Yep.
It's funny, that's one of the first projects we took on when I joined the committee.
That's right.
Yeah.
You did that.
17.
You and I, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
you, Robin, and Judy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We needed major league refresh.
Yes.
And then we just, if you want to talk about the cooling center that we actually opened up on Saturday. Came in, unlocked the building, everything was happening. There's, he's at the field, when are you coming down? I'm like, I'm at the cooling center. So, but we got it all worked out. And that was Saturday, and we had 5 people on Saturday, and yesterday we had 10 people and 5 dogs when I was here.
Good.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Good. So, and so for those who don't know, that was, the decision making and that was done literally as I was going back and forth from the JVH to the farmer's market, the consulting with Colin, trying to get the library. We couldn't get the library. Library was closed. So Robin offered up the this room right here, made some phone calls, and in about 5 minutes, it was up on the website. It was up on the alerts. It was out on the telephone. Then we're on the phone with Brian Wild, our OEM director, making sure that everyone was aware and that the cooling center here was properly staffed to accommodate that. So once again,
Crazy day.
crazy day, a lot going on. But yeah, if we needed a cooling center, that was the day to have it.
Yeah. And people really just needed to like charge their phones, and
Yeah.
the poor dogs were dying in the heat and they just needed a refresh, so it worked out well.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Bernardo, update on community policing.
Hey, good evening. No updates tonight, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. We have no introduction of ordinances tonight. We have no public hearing of ordinances. The consent agenda, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items. These are items of a routine nature. Any member of the township committee may pull one, some, or all of them off for individual consideration. If you want to do so, now's your time to do so. Seeing no township committee pulling any off for individual consideration, I will take a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Committeeman Rosen is my first, and Committeewoman Moreski is second, and roll call vote, please. Committeeman Hickey.
Aye.
Committeewoman Moreski.
Aye.
Committeewoman Fernandez.
Aye.
Committeeman Rosen
Aye.
and Mayor Jacob.
Aye.
Thank you.
We have two resolutions for individual consideration. The first is Resolution 2026-127. This resolution authorizes the acceptance of credit card and electronic funds, transfer payments for the payment of certain township services and related fees, and the charging of transaction fees. Ms. Ray, you want to walk us through this?
Yes, Mayor, there's been a request from residents and contractors to be able to move into the credit card world for paying municipal fees. And we are making that plunge. And this resolution identifies that certain township services and related fees and will be charged, and the user will pay the transaction fees. So there'll be no cost to the township.
So this is something that we've talked about in prior years. One of the things that was always a holdback was both the technology, but also the idea of could we would have, if the way it had worked before is that if we did a credit card or other electronic transactions, that the fee would be absorbed by the municipality. So essentially we'd be supporting, and all the other applicants would essentially be paying to subsidize those conveniences. This would allow us to actually charge the transaction fee back to whoever is using it. Is there a set transaction fee, or does it differ by?
It differs by credit card. But I will tell you, we really wanted to wait until this whole process was vetted by the Division of Community Affairs. And since they laid out a roadmap for us, now's the time to move forward.
Okay, I think this is certainly great convenience. Any questions, comments from the Township Committee?
Everybody else is charging fees on credit card, so it's not like we're the outlier. We're just part of normal business anymore. So I think that's okay.
Are residents going to be asked to give a tip at the?
That's funny.
Spin around the console at the front desk.
That's illegal.
Thank God.
If there's no further questions or comments, take a motion to approve Resolution 2026-127.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please. Committeeman Hickey.
Aye.
Committeewoman Moreski.
Aye.
Committeewoman Fernandez.
Aye.
Committeeman Rosen
Aye.
and Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
And the next resolution is Resolution 2026-128. This resolution authorizes an award of contract to Auto Agent Data Solutions LLC, doing business as Municipay LLC, providing technology and services to allow customers to pay certain municipal fees through the use of credit cards at zero cost to the township. This is a companion resolution, I
That's
presume.
correct. So this is the actual vendor that we're going to be working with, which is broadly accepted by most of our different workings. We have Community Pass, we have Spatial Data Logic, we have different platforms that our different departments use, and Municipay seems to work well with most of them.
Great. So resolution 127 allows us to actually take the credit cards, and this resolution 128 authorizes the award of the contract to the vendor. Any questions or comments regarding the resolution? Seeing none, take a motion to approve resolution 2027-128.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Committeeman Rosen as first, and we're naming Committeeman Moreski as the second. Roll call vote, please. Committeeman Hickey.
Aye.
Committeewoman Moreski.
Aye.
Committeewoman Fernandez.
Aye.
Committeeman Rosen
Aye.
and Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
And I'll take a motion to approve the bill list pending review of individual invoices and purchase orders.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call again, please. Committeeman Hickey.
Aye.
Committeewoman Moreski.
Aye.
Committeewoman Fernandez.
Aye.
Committeeman Rosen
Aye.
and Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Matters for new business. Any member of the Township Committee want to put any item or agenda on for new business? Soccer game will have just started. So we will go to old business. And you know what's first under old business? Let me guess. Take a guess. Come on.
Hard to imagine.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Guess.
Committeeman Hickey, I believe we have some utility updates.
And we had a few storms over the weekend, just in case you didn't notice. All things considered, Bedminster fared pretty well versus our neighboring towns. We did unfortunately lose power in the Cortland neighborhood, as well as some homes in Western Bedminster and North of Lamington Road. We had a total of 266 customers in Bedminster who were impacted, but about 2/3 of those were fully restored by late yesterday afternoon. Again, many thanks to Robin and Bedminster PD for opening up the cooling center on both Saturday and Sunday. Many thanks to Jason and DPW for tree clearing late night on Friday and early into Saturday morning when he was not sewing tents.
When you see a driving to the farmer's market Saturday morning and I see DPW trucks going by with snowplows
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
in 100-degree day, and you see DPW trucks with snowplows, they're not plowing snow.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
No, tremendous job, Jason, by you and your crew. Mary, you mentioned our OEM coordinator was on top of things immediately. Also wanted to recognize Laura Holborough, who's the HOA president over in Cortland. She's like a den mother over there. She was knocking on doors, checking in on folks, calling me, let me know what's going on over there. It was nice coordination. You and I were in constant contact with these folks as well as our JCP&L liaison. I think Bedminster really did a good job in helping address our residents' immediate needs and also made sure things got moving along in
So
JCP&L.
one of the things I want to put out there is, and I'm going to get to the tree clearing later, but Cortland,
Yeah.
the loss of energy, the loss of
Mhm.
electricity at Cortland, that was transformer related.
I believe so, but we haven't gotten the after action report yet. So once we hear, and that's why I asked Bob, give us the update
Yeah,
when you know.
Because the lines, I mean, it's
The line should
the line-
switch.
The line should switch.
Right.
The lines leading into Cortland are underground, and those
Right.
are the same mains that would serve other communities. So the working theory is that when there was a surge, as
And the red,
other areas were going off and the transformer
The residents heard an explosion, so it all adds up, but until we get a real report back, we'll confirm it and I'll report back next time. But we were very fortunate it was just limited to that one neighborhood.
Yeah, other towns, and surrounding towns were, they're still
Yeah.
in really
I
bad
mean-
situation. And, one of the things that we have talked many times, in this forum about is tree clearing. And we've been, promoting tree clearing. We love our trees. We love our trees. We love our vegetation. Not near our power lines.
Right.
And so we encourage property owners to coordinate and cooperate with JCP&L when they're performing tree clearing. And for all our property owners, if you see a tree that is near a power line, call JCP&L.
Yep.
They'll take it down.
Yeah.
Because the tree clearing will save you. It will save your neighbors. And to some extent, we remain at the whims of the other municipalities where these lines move through.
Yep.
So we can be aggressive here in Bedminster, but if a line is coming up down 206 from PG or Chester, and that's coming to us.
Exactly right.
So I will say, Burnsville had significant loss of power, and they've been reticent to go after the trees.
Right.
So
Trees and wires don't mix, but
Yeah.
I also have to believe that a lot of the infrastructure investment that's been made over the last few years, particularly in the hills, as well as in the lines leading into the hills and elsewhere, really helped avoid a much more widespread outage. So I think we were very fortunate.
But that's not all.
Oh, there's more?
There's more utilities.
Okay, fill me in.
Fiber, Optimum, your recent discussions,
Not with Optimum,
not with Optimum, with,
with Comcast.
yes.
So
I mean, it's already out there. I mean, they've been communicating directly with the HOAs.
yeah, I mean, look, it's a work in progress trying to figure out a way to get Comcast to do an overbuild in the hills. Most cable providers shy away from those type of investments, particularly in an overbuild case where you're overbuilding over an existing provider. But we think we may have convinced them to go ahead and make that investment, given the density of the hills, the demographics of the hills. It would be a great place to go build a fiber network. So the mayor and I have been working with Comcast representatives, and we're hoping to bring some more good news over the course of the next couple of months. It would give our residents choice, and choice always leads to price competitiveness. And I think that's another thing. The residents need both better service and service at a better rate. So let's see how that goes.
Yeah, and this is picking up from discussions that we had a number of years ago.
Yep.
But as folks cycle through, there's a new group, and Hickey will be dealing directly with them and trying to see if we can make fetch happen.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Somerset Hills Public Safety Committee, as Ms. Ray mentioned, we did have a very brief discussion on with the Public Safety Committee. We talked about the event that Chief Bernardo gave the recognition about the situation of break-in in EPAC Gladstone with support from Bedminster PD, and talked about break-ins and what we're seeing across the Somerset Hills and so generally. Crime seems to be well in hand. And we will come back to Somerset Hills Public Safety Committee meetings in September. With that, we'll go.
Mayor, I have
Yes.
a comment. What
You have a brief comment.
I do,
Bring it on, Attorney Bellardo.
what may have been a first, you had an elected official from Alaska observing your meeting remotely tonight. She's not there anymore, but see how we run meetings in Bedminster, New Jersey, and she was duly impressed with both the governing body and our township.
You're right.
Wow.
Nice.
Look at that. Very cool.
Also serves on my HOA board in Florida.
She's very well traveled.
You know, it's about to tell you,
She's got frequent flyer miles, that or a lot of mileage on her car. All right, well, thank you for that, John. We'll go through Township Committee comments. Who to start with? Start with Committeeman Rosen.
Thank you, Mayor. And just some more echoing of good sentiments. Obviously, much to my chagrin, I wasn't able to attend the 250 celebration, but kudos to Robin, the JVH committee, historic preservation, and everybody else involved. Kudos to Jason and his crew for the emergency work Friday night and Saturday. And I heard Larry's rendition of the Declaration of Independence would have made the founding fathers quite proud. And I just want to expand a little bit more on the work that the fire department has been doing lately. Again, we are blessed with an army of volunteers throughout Bedminster, but our first responders, I've come to discover over the past few months working with them, they are a breed amongst themselves. Their dedication, training is just outstanding. And we are very fortunate to have a highly trained crew. And Jason does a great job with them. And they all are remarkable individuals. And again, we are very lucky to have them in our community. And one thing during my convalescence, I've become a soccer fan. I have no idea what I'm watching. A game where time is up to the discretion of the refs leaves a lot to be desired, but it has been exciting. Go US.
And I'll say huzzah to that again.
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. I agree with everything Bill said. I am very impressed. There's 500 people out to celebrate the 250th, especially on a 100-degree day after a storm. So that's amazing. That's such a great event. I also had the honor to attend this year's high school graduation at Bernard's High School, representing Bedminster Township Committee, and to celebrate such an important milestone for our graduating seniors and their families. So I just want to say congratulations to the class of 2026 on all your hard work, perseverance, and accomplishments, and wishing each of them continued success, happiness, and confidence as they begin this new chapter.
Great, thank you. Committeeman Hickey.
Thank you, Mayor. Just again, to echo my colleagues' sentiments, the American 250 Committee did an amazing job. You mentioned being a doubter about the styrofoam. I said to my wife on Friday night, there's no way. It's going to be 100 degrees. If 3 people show up, you should be excited. And you and I walked up the field from the farmer's market and see these people everywhere, on blankets, in chairs, the band. I was pleasantly surprised. And that just is kudos again to all the hard work, Robin, of you, your committee, the team. They did a tremendous job. Even though Jason wouldn't wear a tri-point hat, he did amazing work as well.
Tricorn.
I did for a minute, yes.
You put a hat on?
Rob
And
put
I
on my
missed
head.
it?
Yeah, yeah. Even Wendy didn't get to do that, so. But no, just congratulations. Job well done, and thank you as always.
That's
all I
great.
got.
All right. Committee Woman Mareski.
As always, I echo my fellow committee persons' feeling toward the weekend and our fighters and our DPW and of course Robin and Neil, if anybody wants to throw his name in, because he was bouncing back and forth between JVH and Farmers Market. Shit. I have a personal message. I wasn't going to cry, but I guess I am. So I'm going to try and just read this so I don't muck it up. Good evening, friends, neighbors, and fellow committee members. Tonight, I feel a mixture of gratitude, humility, and a touch of sadness. A little bit more than that. It's with a very heavy heart that I am announcing my decision to withdraw from my position on the Township Committee effective July 31st. This decision comes as my husband and I are preparing to relocate, to another part of the country. We are excited for the new opportunities ahead, but leaving this community and especially this role is truly bittersweet. Serving on this committee has been one of the most meaningful chapters of my public life. It has been an honor to work alongside such dedicated individuals. All of them are committed to the well-being of our community. I want to thank my fellow committee members for their collaboration, our township staff for their tireless work, and most importantly, the residents who have trusted me to represent them. Your voices, concerns, and ideas have shaped every decision I've made here. I'm proud of what we've accomplished together, from keeping our local taxes low and expanding community programs to fostering a spirit of cooperation that I hope will continue long after my departure. Though I will be soon living in a different part of the country, this township has always held a special place in my heart. I will carry, almost done. I will carry with me the lessons, friendships, and sense of community that I have found here. Thank you all for allowing me the privilege to serve. And that's it. Thank you. I don't think thank you. Thank you.
So you're still with us through the end of the month.
Yeah,
So
I got some
we'll
more
have
planning to
one
do.
more town. The plan is on July 20th. Robin, you'll have stack of tissues, boxes of tissues. And we will do our best to keep you in tears through that entire meeting. So.
Okay.
Okay, with that, and I'm sure we'll have some folks coming out in public comment to give the remarks. So thank you for your service.
Oh,
to Bedminster.
I'm so blessed to have been here.
We'll certainly go into it a little more detail at our next meeting. July has been so far extremely eventful. And thank you to all of our professionals and our staff. It's been a great July. Let's keep it going. And with that, at 8:17, I'll take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Take us out, Renee.
I'm not adjourning. No, I want to stay here. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you and good night.
Good. All right.
John, thank you for keeping the seat warm.
I'm signing your bills.
You
Well.
can have it right back.
Okay.
Good night, Phil.
Good night. And I get my my first question of the day tomorrow with my consult is, how the hell did it re-tear when I haven't done anything for it to re-tear? So it makes no sense that I have a re-tear. I have some